If you plan to open a brewery, definitely do your homework. Do your homework, know what it's going to take. You're going to need a broker. You're going to need somebody for insurance. You're going to need an attorney. You're going to need a small team. Mm-hmm. You're going to need the capital. It takes a village to open, and you need all those people to help you find the bits and pieces to help you put all those moving parts together.
You are listening to the Capital Craft Podcast, brought to you by the San Diego Brewers Guild. I'm your host, Eric Fowler.
My name is Jeff Fox of Beer Media Co.
Hi, I'm Diane Hilz.
I'm Sean Hilz, COO of the Roadies Brewing Company.
Roadies, we're so excited to be sitting down with you today.
Absolutely. So, I mean, and we've known each other for a little while now because we've been going back and forth with Brewers Guild and chamber things and everything. So, and it was really great to have you on the show and to hear a little bit about how that journey's gone for you guys.
And so while we might know who the Roadies are, a lot of our listeners might not yet, and that's because you're just about to open. Mm-hmm. Why don't you give everybody listening a rundown on who y'all are personally and who the Roadies are and where you're located?
Okay. I'm Sean Hilz, COO. Head of production. We started off with the Roadies Brewing Company as to what we wanted to do as far as, brewing craft beer. And we've always been huge fans of craft beer and enjoyed that. So we just wanted to be bringing our take on craft beer to the industry. So, and our story is we started off as Roadies for our daughter's color guard program at Rancho Buena Vista High School. We were the roadies. We assembled props. We moved the instruments, got the kids out on the field during field shows. We did concerts, you name it. We were the moving parts of Rancho Buena Vista's, marching band and color guard program.
Yeah, another word for Band-Aids, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were called the ranch hands.
Yeah.
And it takes a village to get the kids out onto the field or for program or performance.
Yeah, so how does that translate into a brewery, right? I see craft beer an obvious connection to, being involved in something like that. But how do you go from, liking craft beer, working with band to opening a brewery? Not just working at a brewery or thinking about it, but actually ready to open.
I would say it's a sense of community. So building the brewery, it's taken a village to build this brewery. It's meeting everybody we've met along the way. And as the Roadies, we met a lot of parents and just friends that we've met. And we actually have Roadies that are parents that we've met at the high school that are contractors, and they've helped us build out the brewery.
That's awesome.
So it's part of that, and that translates in the building itself.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. So where did the idea come from that, this is what you guys wanted to do, that, you wanted to not just create beer for you and your friends or your local community, but wanted to expand and actually turn this into a full-time gig for yourselves?
Do you want me to answer that?
Go ahead.
So I was the home brewer at the house. We had a bunch of friends that would come over, drink the beer. They always talked really, really good about the beer and stuff like that. So I was like, all right. We also wanted to be our own bosses. We were
in other industries.
We were in other industries and decided we wanted to be our own bosses. We're given an opportunity and we just hit the ground running with it. So
yeah. So tell us a little bit about the brewery itself. Again, where it's located, what type of brew house, what the tap room looks like.
So the brewery is located, it's the location, it's always been a brewery. Before that, it was a hard seltzer company.
What's the address? It
is 1495 Poinsettia Avenue, Vista, California, 92081.
The whole thing,
right over by Target.
Yeah. I love that.
So yeah, that's where it's, right over by Business Park.
Oh, cool. And what's the customer experience going to be like when they walk in? What are they going to see?
So it's definitely going to be an experience. We are a venue. So because we are called Roadies, it's very music themed. We will have a live stage in-house, and it will have full sound, lights, all the what do you call that? The
The whole workup.
The whole workup, all the, yeah.
High quality audio,
Yes,
all that kind of
high quality audio, and any full range of type of concerts. So it can be to like one guy acoustic, type of band. It could be 6 guys playing a full like type of concert where you pay tickets. Different types of music, all variety types of music, country, DJ music, all types of music. Yes. And we don't do food currently, but we will have food trucks that come.
Okay.
So it's definitely an experience that you can come in and sit down and have great beer and listen to great music.
Yeah, we often on this show say beer's, the what, not the why, right? Yeah. And well, in this episode, in this conversation, we're really going to hone in on the beer, Brewers Guild. It makes sense. But I think it's interesting to see how many of these episodes over the last season and a half have spent the majority of the conversations not really talking about the beer, but talking about the purpose and intention behind it and what else that's going to be a catalyst for, right? You mentioned community. The beer is really just going to be there as a lubricant for the community, and that music too, right? It's way just to get people there to connect. And that's great to hear.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So, I mean, from that, can you tell us a little bit about what the menu is going to look like?
So as far as the beer menu is concerned, we want to appeal to a large number of people, because San Diego, we have our lagers and IPAs. We'll have those. However, we also want to do some stouts. We want some red ales, some brown ales. We want some blondes. We want some seltzers. Having Peter Periconi on board. I have one of the barrel aging masters. So we want to do barrel-aged sours. We want to do barrel-aged stouts. We were huge fans of dinner and beer pairings. We have Harvest Kitchen 3 doors down from us. We plan on doing special release nights. Once we get stuff in the barrels and get it aged, we plan on doing special release nights where they'll cater. We'll do a dinner and beer pairing with that. Those are one of our, I enjoyed them the most when we would go out, sit at a long table with a bunch of people that we didn't know and sit there and converse over a 5-course meal, sharing beers and great food. It was one of the things that we absolutely loved about the
bring them back
industry.
We want to bring that back.
Yeah,
and getting to take a pretty bottle home, and getting to take a special thing home, And talking about community earlier, and I'm part of Pink Boots, and so I have Leah and Angela as part of my staff, and they help me, and so we're gonna have some great events, and they're gonna help. We're gonna have a great staff.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about the model that you're running. That's a lot of different styles of beer. What type of volume are you making? Are you selling it all over the bar? Are you looking to distribute? Do you have a canning line or some sort of way of packaging? What type of model do you foresee the Roadies really taking over the next year?
So we're going to start off selling mainly out of the faucets. We do want to have canned beer to go. I plan on doing 4-packs to go, as well as we'll offer a 32-ounce crowler to go. With us just starting off, I want to keep everything in-house, but I do want to, I've had a few restaurants and bars already reach out to me and say, once you guys are up and running, we want to put your beer in our bar. So so we'll start off with go slow.
We'll work our way up.
We don't want to be too big too fast. We enjoy the smaller 10-barrel system and just make a great, exceptional beer rather than having to worry about production numbers so much.
Yeah, tell us about the brewery itself. So you have a 10-barrel.
We have a 10-barrel Craftmaster system. I talked to them. I started when we were first starting to look for a building. I reached out to them as well as a bunch of other manufacturers, and I just kind of had them all, see what they could offer me. I'd be like, we're a brewery that's up and coming. I'll be planning on making this purchase. And the others, some of the companies, I won't say the names, but they just threw out a number and was like, this is what we do. We're not going to do anything. This is our number.
Take it or leave it.
Exactly. And we're Craftmaster and Mac over there.
He went above and beyond.
We were able to get it all shipped down to us for free. He took money off. I mean, he did a great job. We have a top-notch system.
We have the only full system Craftmaster stainless in San Diego. We will be a showroom piece. They are trying to break into the San Diego market.
And what type of cellar do you have? Do you have just 10-barrel fermenters that you're...
We have 6 10-barrel fermenters, and then I kept 2 of the 7-barrel fermenters from when it was...
we purchased the business from prior that was in there.
Yeah, okay. And so you're looking at your first year, maybe 500-600 barrels of beer across the bar?
Probably about a 500 barrel goal for the first year of being open. We were doing the numbers earlier, and we could probably produce, depending on how quickly we could rotate through, about 1,500 barrels was what I've set up in the system. So
there's a little room to expand if we need to.
Yeah, that's awesome, and it's great to have that control, right? And to be able to monitor quality yourself without putting beer in the market, especially to start, is really important.
I think quality is far more important than quantity. You know, people can easily produce high quantities of beer that are not good.
Yeah.
You know, so it's producing quality beer and setting that bar high.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, what is it like setting up a brewery in 2024? How was the process for you guys, and anyone else out there thinking about doing it?
It was a lot. I definitely would say that if you plan to open a brewery, definitely do your homework. Do your homework. Know what it's going to take. You're going to need a broker. You're going to need somebody for insurance. You're going to need an attorney. You're going to need a small team. You're going to need the capital. You need a little nesting egg. It takes a village to open, and you need all those people to help you find the bits and pieces to help you put all those moving parts together.
Yeah, well, the guild can help you with a lot of, a lot of our affiliate members offer those services, whether you need money or not. That's the, if anybody had the quick answer to that,
affiliate
our industry
investors.
Especially for breweries in 2024. But what made y'all decide specifically on Vista, and how was working with the city of Vista specifically in terms of opening? They've been very craft friendly. They've been very good partners with the guild, trying to nurture the breweries within Vista. But there's been a lot of breweries that have opened up in this area, and there's been a lot of breweries that have been closing in this area too. How did that play a role, and did that offer more opportunity for you guys, or did it scare you at all?
They were great. They were actually really great. And so, and the way it worked out is that Leah contacted the city of Vista, and she found out a mixer, and we went to a mixer, and we met, did some little networking, and we met Jeff, and we met, I think it's Larry, and they came over to the brewery, and it's just meeting people and working those things out and learning the permits that you need. And it was smooth in my opinion. Sarah and all the people in the office, they were great to work with.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And what was your experience with ABC and TTB and trying to obtain some of those permits?
So because I have Candace Moon as my attorney, it was easy.
Did it take a while, or did she establish?
It was a transfer.
Because we purchased a business and it was a transfer, it did go quicker than normally. When you do a transfer, it takes 2 months versus when you do you start over, it takes 6 months. There's different things, but because of her and her team, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah. So building up to opening, right? You're looking maybe less than a month, 3 weeks out from opening.
Yes. Our soft opening.
Yeah. But you've got a lot of beer in tank, so maybe soft for service, but the beer is going to be there.
And at least from the data recording, not from the data release.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the data release is probably going to be pretty spot on to. I don't. Where can people find the date of the release? Just Instagram's probably the best.
We have Instagram and we have Facebook, and then we also have a website that is up and coming.
Yeah. So what, over the next 3 weeks from the time of us speaking now to that soft opening, what more work needs to be put in? Is there more staffing, training? Is there more of the build out of the tap room? Are you waiting on furniture? Like, where are you at in the process?
All of the above.
Yeah, we're hiring next week and like starting to do staffing. There's a couple more permits that need to finish up, and then it's kind of polishing, putting stuff in place, and lots of cleaning.
I would imagine that building isn't the cleanest thing in the
it's
world.
not.
So yeah, you gotta go through
lots of
and
dust.
yeah.
But we purchased our chairs from Wild Barrel
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
when they closed, and then we custom made our tables.
Yes.
So it's now they're all
Just putting
sitting up
things
on the
together.
stage, so they're
Yeah.
waiting
Yeah.
out of the way. So once all the taproom area is cleared out from all the building and stuff like that, then we can kind of put all their stuff into the position. But the bar's up now,
Yeah.
so we're
Some of the
starting
sound
to.
equipment needs to come
Yeah.
in.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
stuff,
the
like
draft
piping.
system's installed.
Draft
and-
is installed. They're not fully hooked up yet, but
But
as
yeah.
we put kegs in there, I'll start hooking the lines up.
Yeah. What does the tap room floor plan look like? Do you have big communal tables? Do you have how many bar seats do you have? How many taps do you have?
So at the bar, I think we have 16 to 18 seats. It's a pretty big bar, and then we have about
We have
6,
9 bar height tables that all
and-
seat 4 each.
Yeah, and 6
then
tables.
there's 6
It's a
low
pretty big
tables.
space.
And then we also have a pool table as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
if
nice.
you want to
Yeah.
play some pool.
Who doesn't like a good game of pool?
Right.
And what are the hours of operation? What does your license allow you to do?
So, well, within Vista, they allow us to be open from like 11 to 11. But our hours we're going to start slow. We planned our soft opening will be Saturday the 17th of August, and so we will be open starting that week. It'll be 3 to, make sure I get this right, 3 to 9. Fridays will open a little earlier from 1 to 10, and then Saturday and Sunday will be 12 to 8, and then
Saturday 12 to 10.
Saturday 12 to 10. And
Yeah,
then Sunday
that's-
12 to 8. Sorry.
That's smart because it's
Yeah.
easier to staff. I
It's
think.
easier to staff, and we don't have a whole lot of food kind of locked in yet, so we're going to start slow. And
Yeah.
We're
then,
also looking to do live music on Thursday,
As
Friday,
well.
Saturdays. So each weekend.
yeah.
Great. Yeah, California can be difficult for a lot of things.
Yes.
But yeah.
And to juggle all that and come up with, the perfect concept and the perfect hours and the perfect staff
Yes.
is all very difficult.
Lots
So,
of moving parts.
yeah.
And yeah, I know it's been a long process for you guys, and so it's been a long time coming. I know that we're all really excited for you, but
Yeah. So where do you see Roadies going to? Like we just spoke about the first year. Where would you like to be in
I would love
5
for
years?
us to be a household name here in San Diego.
Yeah.
Household name.
Yeah.
Expand.
Yeah.
See where it takes us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like baked into your plan over the next couple of years opening other tap rooms, or you kind of want to get the one under your belt first? I mean,
We
1,500
definitely-
barrels. You could feed a couple tap
So we
rooms with that.
definitely want to get the first one up and running, since this is our first actual business ever. So we want to get that one up and running as a well-oiled machine. And then we've already talked about opening up like a pub style with a actual restaurant, and then the production area would supply beer to that facility.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a seminar at SDCBC coming up on adding a kitchen to your brewery. We did a previous podcast for it with Dustin Hauk of Hauk Architecture as well. And it's such a relevant topic to get people thinking about now, because what we saw post-COVID is a lot of I don't want to say you're fortunate opening this post-COVID, but COVID was so detrimental to so many tap rooms that you saw everybody reacting to opening, some sort of food component in their tap room, and it was very difficult. I think now there's a better understanding and realization of expectations of timeline, of capital, and so that conversation continues to remain pretty relevant.
Yeah.
Because it's difficult, and I think food trucks are great and they're great partnerships, but it's hard to rely on another small business who has issues of their own with it. They don't show up.
Yeah.
You know, your guest doesn't see that as them.
Yeah.
You know, they blame you, and it's
Yep.
like, what the hell did I do?
A lot of those food trucks have minimums that you have to meet, and whether the guests show up or not. So it's on you to facilitate that.
Yeah. So on that soft opening, you know, you have beer in tanks. You know, you might not know what's totally going to go to package in time, but what are some beers maybe in those first month that you're excited to put on tap?
Every one of them. Every one of them.
Yeah.
We're excited to get open and get running.
We are
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking to
Yeah.
fill them. I mean, we'll have 22 dedicated taps.
Yeah.
You know, so we have a whole gamut of beers that we can put on.
Yeah. And did you and Peter work together on recipe creation for some of those?
And we also have
With Angela too. Angela's part of production as
Angela's
well.
also part of that.
Great.
Yeah, she does. She's part of the recipes writing as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah.
Do you have any favorites, any standouts that people should look out for?
I mean, tasting the ones that are in the tanks right
So
now that are
good.
still green,
Yeah.
they're
They're great.
tasting great
Yeah,
right now. So I'm
yeah.
excited to get those
The
out
aromas
there.
that are coming. I mean, just the
Yeah.
hop aromas are like there's lots of like pineapples and stuff that are coming out, and they smell amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, so if someone wants to follow you guys, I mean, you kind of mentioned you're on Instagram,
Yeah.
you got a website, etc. Could you give us some the handles and everything like that, so that if people want to follow your progress? And
Yeah, so the website, I mean, it's just a landing page right now, but it's coming soon, and it's theroadies.com. And then I think Instagram is at the Roadies, and then Facebook is
It's
the
if you
Roadies.
search the Roadies Brewing
Yeah.
Co.
You'll
it
see the
comes up.
R.
You'll see the R logo.
Yeah. And you guys are pretty active.
Yeah.
I've been watching build
Yes,
out.
yeah. Leah's great. She
I've
does
actually had
all the
to,
social
I've
media.
had to rein her back
Yeah,
on.
she does.
I've told
She
her not to
does.
post
Yeah.
everything.
We didn't want to
Yeah.
post like new stuff because we really, when people
do
come
wanna
in, we want to
surprise
surprise
people.
Yeah.
a lot. There's
and I do think you guys have been doing a good job on social so far.
She's
so,
doing an amazing
yeah.
job. Everybody, I'm really happy with Peter, Angela, and
team that
Leah,
we got.
the team that
Yeah.
we have.
And
They've been doing
and it's an
awesome job.
all-star team too.
It is.
They've been so strong.
Yeah.
Yes.
So strong.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
we're
Is there
blessed.
anything else you want to let our audience know about before they can come in for the first time?
Just come out, support
Yeah.
us.
Come out and support us.
We're excited.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you taking time out of such a busy time leading up. You know, we've spoke before we started recording that we've been talking about this for the last year, which is pretty exciting. We were waiting until it got close enough to
Right.
where we had a more of a date to brag about and spread the word on. So we want to thank you for coming out and doing this
Thank you
today.
for having
Yeah.
us.
Thank you.
And if you liked what you saw today, make sure to follow us and turn on the notification bell. And you can follow us on Instagram at SD Brewers. And we hope to see you at the next one. Cheers.
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 Cheers.